Hey, so yesterday I went and saw Elvis, and what do I think? Now, I know I am really late to reviewing this movie. This movie has been out for the past 2 months now, so you're probably wondering why I'm only reviewing it now. Well, you see, the thing is, I actually didn't really have any intentions of seeing this movie. Hmm. I haven't really seen any other like musical biopics like Bohemian Rhapsody or Rocket Man or any of them. But last night I went and saw Elvis, and so yeah, what do I think of it? Wow, this movie was brilliant. It was it was amazing, like absolutely amazing. Um, Start things off. The cinematography in it was great. Um, I noticed that in some scenes the camera, it was very fast paced and it would move around a lot and stuff, and yeah, and like I think they were doing that with like the all the editing and stuff. Um, yeah. The pace in this movie, honestly, it is not the best. Um, like as you guys may know, this movie is real. It's a really long movie. It's 2 hours and 38 minutes long. But my gosh, even for a 2 hour and 38 minute long movie, it feels long. Like, it felt like I was in there for years. Um, and if you guys go in to see this movie, I'd say some of you will probably feel the same. Like, it's been years since you, wow, it's been years since you started watching the movie. Um, and like, what's funny as well is that this isn't actually the longest movie I've seen this year. No, the longest movie I've seen this year, I think it's the Batman. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's the Batman. Alright. Yeah. Um, the Batman is 2 hours and 56 minutes long, and even that didn't feel as long as Elvis did. Um, but anyways, the sounds and music in this movie is brilliant. Um, we get to listen to many great Elvis songs in this movie. And for those of you who are like massive Elvis fans, then like you'll get to hear like pretty much like his entire albums and stuff, and yeah, like, and the way that that Austin Butler performs them as well is brilliant. Um, the editing in this movie is really good. It's like like there's lots of like flashy like editing and stuff, and yeah, not and like I think I'm pretty sure at some points they think like real Elvis clips, and they have like Austin Butler in them, and it's done. I think it's all done really well actually. Um, uh, and again, like what I said about the cinematography, it moves along with the editing and stuff. Um, and yeah, it's all done brilliant actually. Um, as for the characters, Elvis himself is really good. Um, like we see at the beginning of the movie how his backstory and how he becomes uh one of the most successful singers of all time, and we see like how being in this show business, and all the controversy that he starts to face. We see like how it all begins to ruin his life as the movie goes along, and yeah, it's brilliant actually. Um, and man, Austin Butler does an an, an overwhelmingly brilliant performance. Like, I mean, he's already like start. I mean, he's already starting off. He's gonna be. I say There's a great chance that he'll get nominated for next year's Oscars. And I mean, he absolutely shows like his performance as Elvis Presley was brilliant. Like, I think they actually found like just the perfect actor to play him. Uh, and I mean like he's definitely gonna get nominated for next year's Movie Man Awards. I can tell. You know, there is a great chance he could win it actually, because my God, his performance as Elvis Presley was was outstanding. It actually felt as if it was the real life Elvis Presley back from the dead. Um, and I think originally Harry Styles actually was in talks to play Elvis, because I mean, I'm pretty sure he did want the role alright, and like but yeah, I think ultimately Baz Luhrmann, the director of the movie, yeah, I think ultimately he did want to go with Austin Butler, because like it's just like Harry Styles was just way too big of a name to play Elvis Presley, and like if he did end up playing Elvis Presley, then people wouldn't see it as an Elvis Presley movie, they'd see it as a Harry Styles movie. And not to mention, and like Austin Butler, he's a much smaller name than Harry Styles, and so yeah, and not to mention he just genuinely likes Austin Butler's um, audition a lot better. And well, nothing against Harry Styles or anything, but my God, I think Baz Luhrmann did the best job he could of finding the perfect actor to play Elvis Presley because my God, Austin Butler was phenomenal as Elvis Presley. Um, Again, it felt as if it was the actual real life Elvis Presley back from the dead. Um, yeah, again, I say he should absolutely get nominations for the Oscars next year because, my God, that was some performance. Let's just hope Harry Styles doesn't come up on stage and slap him or anything. Um, also, oh yeah, and there's also Colonel Tom Parker, who I think makes for a really good villain. Um, and it is actually cool seeing Tom Hanks in a more villainous role because you haven't really seen Tom Hanks in like, much roles like this. Um, and like we see like how the pressure that he puts on Elvis and it really starts to ruin his life and um and well like we find out like how Colonel is like lying about everything and stuff and like the movie is kind of told like from his perspective of things. Um, and it's like, yeah, he makes points that like he gave the world Elvis Presley. Without him, there wouldn't be an Elvis Presley, and yet some people call me the villain of this year's story. Yeah, and like I actually think that Tom Hanks did a pretty good job with their performance and I mean the thing is he does put on a Dutch accent throughout the movie and yeah, it might get a little tedious just hearing Tom Hanks talking in a Dutch accent throughout the entire movie, but he actually do quite a good job and what's weird is that he's actually currently in talks to be nominated for a Razzie next year, which I honestly don't get. I mean, now granted, he wasn't. I think Austin Butler easily gave the best performance of the entire movie, but to be fair, Tom Hanks wasn't bad either. Um, uh, and I mean, like, with Tom Hanks being one of the most beloved actors of all time, it's actually going to be super awkward seeing him of all people getting nominated for a Razzie. Um, there's also plenty of other characters in the movie, well, here at the beginning we see Elvis's family, like his parents, and like we see how like his mother in particular starts to feel weird about like pushing her son into this massive show business. Um, and we also have I can't even say him his friends his black friends and yeah, because the movie does have like a little bit of political commentary to it and yeah he is quite a good character. We do see like how like how black culture like really starts to influence Elvis and stuff, and it's all done really well. Um, there's also his wife in the movie and his daughter who marries Michael Jackson later on. That's a fun fact. Um, yeah, like we see how like their relationship all like falls apart and stuff, and yeah, okay, it's all done like really really well. Um, the plot is really good. Like, well, this movie is a biopic about Elvis Presley, of course, and yeah, like we do see throughout the movie, like like how they want to like get rid of Elvis because like he's doing all these moves which they find to be inappropriate, and we see like all like the racism of that time, and yeah, I mean it's quite depressing, but it's again it's all done like really really well. Um, uh, and we also see like how that like they all want Elvis to do like in a particular way that they want to do, but we see how some of Elvis's friends really really like get influence him to like do his own thing and stuff, and again it's really good, and we also see like how like around the time of like the 60s the world begins to change, they bring up like some of the tragedies of that time, like the assassination of Martin Luther King or the assassination of JFK, and and like and they also bring up the murder of Sharon Tate. It's actually kind of funny as well as that Austin Butler actually played one of the Mansons in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Um, but yeah, like we see how the tragedies of that time like they like influence Elvis to kind of make a statement, but like Colonel Parker refuses to like make any statements because like he believes all these tragedies doesn't have like anything to do with any of them. Uh, and we also see like how all of this drama going going on like really starts to affect Elvis's life. It affects like his relationship with his family, and he starts like taking drugs and stuff, and yeah, it's really depressing and it's done really really well. Um, narrative structure was also really good. I think this movie does a good blend of like focusing on Elvis and focusing on Colonel Parker and like from his perspective of things, and like I guess this movie is mostly set from Colonel Parker's perspective, but we of course like we do get like our own scenes with Elvis, and with his life and how it all falls apart and stuff, and yeah, it's all brilliant. It's all done absolutely brilliantly. Um, so overall, Elvis is a brilliant movie, and I must say I am really glad I saw it. Um, granted, most of you have probably already seen it now, but if you still haven't, then give it a watch because it is one brilliant movie. As I said, though it is again, it's very very long, but it's absolutely great, unforgettable watch. So I'm going to give Elvis a 9.7 out of 10. I'll see you guys next time and bye.